Hello, everybody, and welcome to the end of the Cleanse Transition webinar for the Back to School 5-Day Whole Foods Cleanse. So today's Friday. Happy Friday. You guys are rocking it out there. I am so proud of each and every one of you. You have committed to the plan. You have gone out of your way to plan the meals, to prep the meals, and to stick to all the guidelines. And tomorrow morning, you're going to wake up as a graduate of the Back to School 5-Day Whole Foods Cleanse. So first of all, I hope you are all feeling proud, and I would love for you to just pat yourself on the back so you can acknowledge the effort that you put in this last week. In our culture, we tend to always think about all the things that we didn't do right or that we could have done better, but instead celebrate all of your successes, all of the new things that you did this week. And there was many times that you probably didn't feel the most comfortable, that this was outside of your comfort zone, maybe purchasing foods that you've never bought before, making brand new meals, adding in more self-care, being mindful when you ate, really chewing and tasting your food, listening to your body, and eating till you were satisfied and not till you're full. And then, of course, the hard stuff like not having gluten or dairy or alcohol, sugar, all the things that we eliminated this last week. So congratulations to everybody. So in this webinar, we're going to be talking about the different ways to transition out. So I'm going to be giving you some suggestions, and then you can decide what's going to be the best for you. This 5-day cleanse has been a turning point for many people in their lives, and it is truly inspiring, and I feel so honored to be a part of many people's lives and helping them change for the better, to be happier and healthier. So this was a great opportunity, not only just for 5 days to take these foods out of our diet and to add in nutrient-dense food, but it's also this wonderful, unique time to have this new perspective on our eating habits and our lifestyle. And that's one of the main goals when I created this cleanse program, is that I wanted people to experience that suffering is optional, that we are happier and we are feeling more energy and less pain when we eat nutrient-dense food. And that food really changes everything. And that when we slow down and when we add self-care into our daily routine or weekly routine, we're also more calm, and weight just automatically comes off. Our families are typically a little bit more happy because we're all eating these whole foods that are making our emotions less roller coaster and just a little bit more on the stable side. So focus on everything that was good this last week and celebrate your success. So the first thing that I would like to talk about is I want you to pay attention to your body. Think about this last week and really sit down over the weekend and give yourself some time to dive into your emotions. And how did you feel? How does your body feel? Listening to the messages. Do you feel better? Do you feel more energy? Do you feel less pain? Do you feel lighter? Is your digestive system more regular? What was some of the changes that happened to you? So option number one, and this one is always fun when people say, I just love eating this way. This was really fun. Some people have said, this is similar to the way I eat, it's a little bit different. And you can continue eating this way. This is actually the way that I eat most of the time. So I am gluten and dairy free, and I really limit my sugar intake. And I also limit red meat and corn in my diet. So there is nothing wrong at all with you eating this way. It's a great way to just continually, gently cleanse your diet and just feel better overall. So if you choose to eat this way long term, I just have a couple notes about supplements. So vitamin C and B, I would suggest to reduce to just cut down to like 1 a day. With vitamin D, most of the people on this cleanse are from Minnesota, not everyone. but we wanted to regulate our vitamin D based on our season. So as we come into fall and winter, we may want to increase vitamin D, but for right now, as we're having a lot of sunshine, you can reduce that down to like, either 0 vitamin D or 1 to 2,000 IUs. In the winter time, I do take about 5,000 IUs a day. And next time you go to the doctor, I invite you to have them check your vitamin D levels, because that really is something that makes a difference in your happiness. And so if your vitamin D levels are low, especially Minnesotans in the winter, you need to add some vitamin D into your diet. With milk thistle, it loses its efficacy if you take it on a regular basis. So with milk thistle, stay on it for 2 weeks, then go off it for 2 weeks, and so on. And I don't take milk thistle on a regular basis, but you can decide with your body if you just want to do it for a month or what would work best for you. So the second option is you're like, okay, I really like this way of eating, but I don't want to commit to doing this full time, but I would like to dig deeper. And a lot of you have messaged me privately about this. So we have many people in the group here that are going to extend their cleanse dates. So we have some people that are going to do it till Sunday. So that would be a 10-day. Some people that are going to do it till next Wednesday, so that's 10 days. A few people that are going to do it for 2 weeks, so that's till next Sunday, October 1st. And I know I have a couple people who are also going to do it for 21 days. So that is just awesome. So wherever you are in the spectrum is okay, because we're not in competition with anyone else, and we're all coming to this cleanse with a different history. Some of you, this might be your very first cleanse, and this was challenging. Other people are saying, okay, this is my second or third. I'm really rocking it, and I would like to cleanse even further and have more of a dramatic difference. So wherever you are, it's good, but please post in our Facebook group if you are going to extend your cleanse so we can support you. That Facebook group is going to stay open. It won't be as active, but please support each other on these goals of extending this. And I also know, there's another option that people are like, I'm feeling great, but I'm missing some of my food, like the wine and maybe the cookies or something like that. So how do you safely reintroduce some food into your diet after they've been out for 5 days? This detox, this cleanse, is the beginning of an elimination diet. So you have this wonderful opportunity that you have gone almost 5 full days without having the top 3 inflammatory foods in your diet, and that would be gluten, dairy, and sugar. So I recommend the ideal way is to introduce one food group at a time. So to take maybe the next 3 days and you just put dairy back into your diet. So that doesn't mean having ice cream, because that would be dairy and sugar. And it doesn't mean having pizza, because that's dairy and gluten, and there's probably sugar in there too. But it's just adding in yogurt, cheese, milk, different things like that. And feel free to add in as much as you want for 3 days and listen to your body. With dairy and gluten, it is now known that 60 to 80% of people in the world have some sort of intolerance to gluten or dairy, and we are all in different spectrums here. A lot of people do not have their sensitivities until they get older. So you might have, as a child, been okay, and now maybe you're like, I'm feeling bloating, I'm feeling some brain fog, my joints are achy, I'm having allergies. There are certain things that food could be affecting that and could help if you reduce those food groups. So when you add in dairy, if you're feeling like nasally, a lot of congestion, anything maybe with the skin, anything like that, that is a sign that you may have a dairy intolerance. Also with dairy, it could be digestive issues. So it might be gas, bloating, cramps, or nausea. So for 3 days, just have the dairy in and listen to your body like it's your best friend. And you're like, what? This gas is my best friend? It's telling you something. It's giving you messages of what works and what doesn't work for your body. Each one of us are unique, And when I went to school at the Institute of Integrated Nutrition, one of the core concepts was bioindividuality, meaning that there's really not one way of eating that's right for everybody, or one kind of lifestyle. Yes, we should all drink more water, eat more veggies, eat less meat, different things like that. But truly, there is some foods that one person could eat and it's like a poison to them, and another person can eat and they thrive on it. And that's okay. We just need to accept that we're different and we want to support each other, and we want to figure out what's right for your unique body for that. And we want to see how food impacts your body. So after you have dairy out for 3 days, if you do not have any symptoms and you're feeling great, just continue with the dairy. If you have symptoms, then cut the dairy back out. We don't need you to prolong your suffering anymore. Just cut it out, and then we'll go to the next one with gluten. So with gluten, we're going to be taking out any kind of wheat, barley, or rye, and then we'd be adding it in again for 3 days, not the sugar. And if the dairy is okay, you can have the dairy, but not if you're having issues, keep the dairy out. So with gluten, some of the issues are similar to dairy in that it's digestive, especially with like gassiness, diarrhea, constipation. So that's why we want to do those two separate, so you can tell which one of those is maybe causing you some issues. Also, gluten is huge on if you have a lot of fatigue issues. It could be gluten, brain fog, attention deficit disorder, any kind of pain in your body, headaches, inflammation of the joints. If you have anxiety, depression, mood swings, gluten affects a lot of those. So for me, gluten was this huge wake-up call that I just could not believe. I lived on bread and pizza and everything, and I thought good, but I didn't know how great I could feel. So sometimes we don't know how good we can have it until we go without something. So for my unique body, when I have gluten, my headaches get worse. When I have gluten, my knee pain, which I've had since I was a teenager from cheerleading and dancing, sports, okay. And so thinking about what are some of the ailments that you might have in your unique body and see how they feel right now. Oh, I don't have that knee pain I usually do. For me, after my brain injury, and it drives me crazy, it's the anxiety and depression, because obviously we all want to be happy and joyful. But when you get down, when I'm eating crappy food, boy, I can really spiral down. So I need to, it's not that I want to, I need to eat more healthy so I can have a positive life, get work done, and just enjoy it. And then also with the attention issues, one of my daughters, Brooke, she was diagnosed with ADD a few years ago. We have chosen not to do any medication for her, but we are focusing more on getting more real foods into her diet, essential oils, breathing, organization skills, and now she's rocking it. So it's just really amazing how we can transform our emotions, our brain, our pain in our body by what we eat. So looking at all those symptoms and see how you feel. So the last one would be sugar. So again, if dairy and gluten are both okay with you, just add in sugar. If they're not okay, leave those out as you add in sugar. I think most people here know, sugar causes weight gain. And if you have inconsistent energy, I always think about kids. They are notorious, especially like after a birthday party. They're like going crazy high, having so much fun, and then they crash and they're irritable. And to get back up, they want the quick fix, so they eat a lot of sugar and they come back down. That's not the way we're supposed to live. Our blood sugar levels should be more like this. So it's about 6 teaspoons a day for women, 9 teaspoons a day for men. And if you have one soda, that's well over that amount for the entire day. So really looking at how much sugar that you have into your diet. And sugar feeds disease. So if you have somebody that you're visiting that is not feeling well. Sometimes we tend to bring cookies or something fun, but the best thing for them is to have something that would be anti-inflammatory, like some vegetables or some soup, something like that. When you reintroduce corn, the main one is digestive issues, specifically gas and bloating. So watch out for those signs. So next I would like to talk to you about some changes that maybe you would want to make in your life going forward. Because we've had these 5 days of adding in all this nutrient-dense food and taking away some of these inflammatory foods that are an issue for a lot of people, to look at the last 5 days and say, okay, what did I do really well and what did I enjoy adding into my day? I really enjoyed maybe adding in the hot lemon water. I loved adding in, the Epsom salt baths. I loved being more focused on my food. I loved making new meals for myself and my family. They were delicious. And then think about, what are some bad habits that aren't supporting you? You've just conquered these 5 days. You've gone the hardest part. It's much easier after this. What is something that you can let go of? For many people that have done this cleanse, they let go of their sugar addiction. They let go of drinking soda. They might let go of eating food, junk food out of a bag. It depends on what works for you. But if you have something to write with in front of you, you can write down many different bad habits and good habits. And then over the weekend, give yourself about an hour to write, to reflect, to really think about your life and where you want to take it, and be very intentional. Because for us to make change in our life, we can't just wish it or want it. We actually have to have a plan. We have to think about it. So whatever you are going to be, if you choose to give something up, and if you feel that you're ready to also gain a new habit into your life, put it in the chat room, put it in the Facebook group. The more we can tell everybody our intentions of where we want to be in our life, the more that they are going to support us and that we can be self-accountable to ourselves. And it is truly amazing for people who have done multiple cleanses. When you do this change once a quarter, your life makes a dramatic difference. And when we do diets, the reason why I don't like short-term diets is because it's about this quick fix. And really, who cares about a quick fix? If you lose 5 pounds, you gain 5 pounds back. That doesn't mean anything. But when you can eat nutrient-dense food and really learn something about your life, and then have something impact your life that you're emotionally connecting to it, to have it go on and to continue with that weight loss or the inflammation, reduce the inflammation, that's where real change happens. And that is what we all want for each other in our lives, is to just have that change be sustainable over your lifetime. The best investment we can make is in our health. It doesn't matter if somebody has a high income, because if they don't feel good, they're not going to be able to enjoy that. So we truly need to think about what we're putting into our bodies, the way we're thinking, the way we're moving, and just our self-care and everything like that. So, and if these changes are like, whoa, I just did 5 days and that was big enough, that's okay, because we're all coming to this cleanse at a different level, a different experience. So maybe you could say, okay, I'm going to stick with the Dirty Dozen list, that those Dirty Dozen I'm going to buy organically, which is going to save my body 80% of the pesticides, which is really going to help overall reduce cancer and other health issues long term. So you can decide on maybe just something little, something bigger, with what you can change. But the main thing from this time out is just paying attention to all of those wonderful messages that your body is telling you, with what agrees with you, what doesn't agree with you, and what would be best for your own unique body. Struggling absolutely is optional. If I did not eat this way, I would be struggling with headaches, anxiety, and it would not be very good. So just looking deep and seeing what you can do into your life. So there's, you might be noticing you're going to be getting certain symptoms. So just try clean cleaning up your diet again. If you add something back in, just keep going back. And let me know if you need support. Reach out to me, reach out in the Facebook group, or just message me, and I would love to help you out with that. In the bonus section, I have a bunch of different guides, so feel free to download, to print them, whatever you like. And one guide I would love for you to read this weekend, and that is called the Make It Last, Your Post-Cleanse How-To Guide. And there's little tips about how I eat, and everything I think about is where I was 5 years ago when I was eating my bowl of sugary cereal with cake and cookies and ice cream in it. And yes, that was most days. And so it's amazing the difference that my life has, all the differences I made, so many uncomfortable times, but it's all been worth it. So I do like the 80-20 rule, 90-10 rule, that I eat nutrient-dense food 80 to 90% of the time. So I eat my chips and my popcorn, and I have pizza every now and then, and that's what works for me. So maybe that works for you. Some people like to eat healthy all week, Monday through Friday, and then they slack off on the weekends. Some people just like to eat nutrient-dense food most of the day and then have a little bit of unhealthy. And I have a lot of health coach friends that just go 100%. That just doesn't work for my personality, but you can see what works for you. Also talking about a little bit of healthy habits to add into your day, or add into the week, or add into the month. So maybe it's, having half your plate full of veggies, adding more water, moving more, different things like that. Developing more stress relief, self-care. There's also weekly meal planning templates, so you can continue to plan what you're going to have for the week. And then check-ins, so if you want to check in monthly, quarterly, and just check in with yourself and see how things are going. Again, we need to be intentional and put some focus on our health, or else things aren't going to change. There's also like a pantry stocking guide, a core shopping list. I have a worksheet that's like a backslide habits, for when you're heading down some unhealthy road, because that really only takes one weekend of eating unhealthy that you start to crave those unhealthy foods again, because we crave what we just ate. So, but the real trick is just, not being perfect. If you go and you have ice cream one day, no big deal. Enjoy it. Completely enjoy it. I do that all the time. And then the next day, just go, I'm going to be a little bit more healthy. But getting those nutrients in every day. If you would like to have more support, I do health coach people individually. So that is working on their goals of what is for them. And every single person is different on what their goals are. And there's usually different kinds of roadblocks that they encounter. Somebody might be able to just rock a challenge right away. Somebody else, it might take weeks before we can figure out what's holding them back. It might be emotions, it might be physical. There's a lot of different things. We talk about primary foods. Those are the things that nourish us, that don't come on a plate. That's like exercise, spirituality, relationships, career, things like that. And then the secondary food is the food that we actually put on the plate, and seeing what agrees with us and having more focus on nutrient-dense food. So let me know if you're interested in that, and we can talk. I love supporting people on their journey of health. This is my mission in life. And then I will be running these cleanse detox programs 4 times a year. So this is my last time for 2017. So the next one is going to be January. And most likely it will probably be like that 2nd or 3rd week of January, and it'll be all new recipes. So I invite you to tell your friends how great this is, because it is more fun when you have friends in the group. I noticed a lot of you came in with other people you knew, and even the people you did know, you supported them on Facebook, which I just love that you can all learn from each other as well. And there are no questions right now, but I just wanted to let you know that I do have wellness workshops, and sometimes they're sponsored by public places. So if that interests you and you want to come to a workshop for free, I have some coming up. So Thursday, October 5th, that's going to be at Valley Natural Foods in Burnsville, and that one is on brain boosting habits. We talk a lot about superfoods and things that we can do to help us think more clearly and to just reduce that brain fog and be more productive at work. And then Saturday, October 7th, I'm doing a new workshop all about self-care and how we can add that into our day and our week. And that's going to be sponsored by Platinum Yoga, USA Karate in Rosemont. And that is a morning class at 10:30. And then I have on Wednesday, October 25th, an office chair yoga class at Valley Natural Foods. And then Wednesday, November 15th, I have a Stress Busters Wellness Workshop also at Valley Natural Foods. And I teach at Platinum Yoga in Rosemont on Friday mornings. If you ever want to come for a yoga class, I would love to see you there. And let's see, what else? I just want you to feel grateful to yourself. I am so grateful that you all trusted me this week with your time and your money. Both of those are of great value to everyone. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And I feel honored that you chose this plan to hopefully make some positive changes in your life. Please know that this cleanse does not end until you wake up tomorrow morning. So wait for that glass of wine until tomorrow. Wait for those chips until tomorrow. It'll be so much better. And post on Facebook tonight. This is one of the hardest days is Friday night. And post in there what you're making, what your plan is, if you're going to extend, how you feel. And any kind of questions, I am here for you, so let me know. But thank you again, and congratulations. Everybody have a great day.